light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Tell yourself that often today. Revel in it. Be happy about it. Today's a time of special celebration, it says. Give thanks for mercy and the peace of God, or the love of God, it says. Okay, well, I'm Miracle Willie, forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks, and ready for Lesson 75 in A Course in Miracles, published by Foundation for Inner Peace, here on Friday, March the 15th of 2024. The light has come. The light has come. You are healed and you can heal. The light has come. You are saved and you can save. And you can save. You are at peace and you bring peace with you wherever you go. Darkness and turmoil and death have disappeared. The light has come. Today we celebrate the happy ending of your long dream of disaster. Today we celebrate the happy ending of your long dream of disaster. There are no dark dreams now. The light has come. Today the time of light begins for you and everyone. It is a new era in which a new world is born. The old one has left no trace upon it in its passing. Today we see a different world because the light has come. Our forgiveness offers that to us, a new vision, a new world. Our exercises for today will be happy ones, in which we offer thanks for the passing of the old and the beginning of the new. No shadows from the past remain to darken our sight and hide the world forgiveness offers us. Today we will accept the new world as what we want to see. We will be given what we desire. We will to see the light. The light has come. Our longer practice periods will be devoted to looking at the world that our forgiveness shows us. And I love that passage. We'll get to it. We haven't got to it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. The definition under what is forgiveness, the very first sentence in our part 2. And he says under what is forgiveness. Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. We want to see reality. And that's what forgiveness removes, the unreality, so we can see the truth in our brothers and in ourselves. Our longer practice periods will be devoted to looking at the world that our forgiveness shows us. This is what we want to see, and only this. Our single purpose makes our goal inevitable. Today the real world rises before us in gladness, to be seen at last. Sight is given us, now that the light has come. We do not want to see the ego's shadow on the world today. We see the light, and in it we see heaven's reflection lie across the world. Begin the longer practice periods by telling yourself the glad tidings of your release. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Dwell not upon the past today. Keep a completely open mind, washed of all past ideas and clean of every concept you have made. You have forgiven the world today. You can look upon it now as if you never saw it before. You do not know yet what it looks like. You merely wait to have it shown to you. While you wait, repeat several times, slowly and in complete patience, the light has come. I have forgiven the world. Have that open mind in your longer 10 to 15 minute period, practice period, where you enter into it by telling yourself, the light has come. I have forgiven the world. then have that open mind that will show you what that world will be like. Dwell not upon the past today. Keep a completely open mind, washed of all past ideas, and clean of every concept you have made. You have forgiven the world today. You can look upon it now as if you never saw it before. You do not know yet what it looks like. You merely wait to have it shown to you. While you wait, repeat several times slowly and in complete patience, "The light has come. I have forgiven the world." Realize that your forgiveness entitles you to that light he calls vision. Realize that your forgiveness entitles you to vision. Understand that the Holy Spirit never fails to give the gift of sight to the forgiving. Believe He will not fail you now. You have forgiven the world. He will be with you as you watch and wait. He will show you what true vision sees. It is His will, and you have joined with Him. Wait patiently for Him. He will be there. The light has come. You've forgiven the world. Tell Him you know you cannot fail because you trust in Him. And tell yourself you wait in certainty to look upon the world He promised you. From this time forth you will see differently. From this time forth you will see differently. Today the light has come, and you will see the world that has been promised you since time began, and in which is the end of time ensured. The shorter practice periods too will be joyful reminders of your release. Remind yourself every quarter of an hour or so that today is a time of special celebration. Today is a time of special celebration. Give thanks for the mercy and the love of God. Give thanks for mercy and the love of God. Rejoice in the power of forgiveness to heal your sight completely. Be confident that on this day there is a new beginning. Without the darkness of the past upon your eyes, you cannot fail to see today. And what you see will be so welcome that you will gladly extend today forever. Say then, the light has come. I have forgiven the world. Should you be tempted, say to anyone who seems to pull you back into darkness, the light has come. I have forgiven you. We dedicate this day to the serenity in which God would have you be. Keep it in your awareness of yourself and see it everywhere today as we celebrate the beginning of your vision and the sight of the real world, which has come to replace the unforgiven world you thought was real. Again, on that last little bit, the light has come. I have forgiven the world. Should you be tempted, say to anyone who seems to pull you back into darkness, the light has come. I have forgiven you. We dedicate this day to the serenity in which God would have you be. Keep it in your awareness of yourself and see it everywhere today as we celebrate the beginning of your vision and the sight of the real world, which has come to replace the unforgiving world you thought was real. Okay, let's go back. We'll come back and sing our that song at the end. But right now, let's go look in our text reading, and we're ready for, in chapter 9, the acceptance of the atonement, section 3, which is the correction of error. The correction of error. While you're turning there, holidays and observances that are going on around the world. Remember, Lent and Ramadan continue. AAPI Women's Equal Pay Day, which is AAPI is Asian American Pacific Islanders Women's Equal Pay Day. And also it's National Equal Pay Day. People should be paid based on what they can accomplish, not on whether or not they are male or female, young or old, or whatever. Ag Day, celebrating our bountiful food supply. Ag Day. Brutus Day, et tu, Brute? Here on the Ides of March, they kind of go together. Julius Caesar was killed in 44 BC by Brutus, his trusted friend, who had ulterior motives lurking below it. Buzzard's Day, and your Ozark turkey vulture is the Cathartus aura. Dumbstruck Day. Be in awe of something today. The sense of adventure. International Day against police brutality. International Day of Action against Canadian seal slaughter. International Day to combat Islamophobia. We want to respect everybody's right to choose their religion and honor it. Every way to God will work, and that's what today is. Matter of fact, I should stop right there and talk about another day that's going on in the Hindu celebration day. It's Sri Ramakrishna Jayanti, which is celebrated as the birthday of Ramakrishna, who was the great Indian spiritual teacher that taught that oneness of existence, and the unity of all religions. Also, Paramahansa Yogananda taught that. But Sri Ramakrishna today is his day. He also taught God realization to be the supreme goal of life. Isn't that true? God realization, which is your self-realization. Okay, so anyway, Sri Ramakrishna Day. And let's see what else. So where are we at? International Day to Eat an Animal for PETA Day. I think that's kind of a joke, but people for the ethical treatment of animals. I found that I hardly ever like to eat meat because I don't like to see them killed. And they don't appear to have any significant value for our health. You do need your vitamin B12 that is not commonly got if you wash your vegetables. Eat them dirty, you get all you want. You might get something else though. National Day of Action Against Bullying and Violence. Not Everything You Think Is Wrong Day. I just call that Open-Minded Day. Not Everything You Think Is Wrong Day. National Peanut Lovers Day. The Ericus hypogaea was first found in South America, east of the Andes. So we'll use the word for that. There's a tribe in that region called the Quechua tribe, and their word for peace, they had several words for peace, but the one I chose because it looked like the easiest one to pronounce was Anka K. Anka K. So peace be with you, Anka K. National Pears Helene Day. National Preschool Teachers Appreciation Day. National Shoe the World Day, unless they don't want to have shoes, then don't shoe them. National VO Day, voiceover Day, basically voice actors. True Confessions Day, basically be open and honest. World Consumer Rights Day, World Sleep Day, a day to raise your awareness of the health, sleep health. And then in edible landscaping, we've got the Jahn's, Jahns, Prairie Gooseberry. And the Jahn's Prairie Gooseberry is disease resistant and produces high quality dark red dessert gooseberries. This plant was selected by Dr. Otto Jahn from a native population of the species growing in Alberta, Canada. The green fruit turns red-pink upon ripening. The fresh fruit quality is equivalent to European gooseberries. The plant, which grows to about 5 feet, has an upright growth habit with some sprawling branches. The leaf shape is similar to European hawthorn. Jahn's prairie gooseberry resists powdery mildew, is free of leaf spot and botrytis, which is gray mold on its fruit. No white pine blister rust has been observed on the plant or insect damage from aphids or sawflies. Space 5-foot circles, zones 3 through 7. So anywhere here in the Ozarks, all the way up into Canada. Permaculture for the Beginner by Carrie Mitchell. We're still in chapter 4, creating beds for your plants, and she talks about broad beds. For plants that require little maintenance and harvest only once in a growing season, can be layered behind cutting and plucking beds. Be creative to use these planting beds to create microclimates, like to shelter from the wind, etc. Factor in strategies to access for watering and weeding. Have a plan for pest protection in such beds. Use slow-growing, low-maintenance plants like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are nice when you could do in a broad bed. Okay, now let's go look at our text reading for today. Like I said, chapter 9 and section 3, the correction of error. The alertness of the ego to the errors of other egos is not the kind of vigilance the Holy Spirit would have you maintain. Egos are critical in terms of the kind of sense they stand for. They understand this kind of sense because it is sensible to them. To the Holy Spirit, it makes no sense at all. To the ego, it is kind and right and good to point out errors and correct them. This makes perfect sense to the ego, which is unaware of what errors are and what correction is. Errors are of the ego, and correction of errors lies in the relinquishment of the ego. When you correct a brother, you're telling him that he is wrong. He may be making no sense at the time, and it is certain that if he is speaking from the ego, he will not be making sense. But your task is still to tell him he is right. You do not tell him this verbally if he is speaking foolishly. He needs correction at another level, because his error is at another level. He is still right because he is a son of God. His ego is always wrong, no matter what it says or does. If you point out the errors of your brother's ego, you must be seeing through yours, because the Holy Spirit does not perceive his errors. This must be true since there is no communication between the ego and the Holy Spirit. The ego makes no sense, and the Holy Spirit does not attempt to understand anything that arises from it. Since he does not understand it, he does not judge it, knowing that nothing the ego makes means anything. When you react at all to errors, you are not listening to the Holy Spirit. He has merely disregarded them, and if you attend to them, you are not hearing him. If you do not hear the Holy Spirit, you're listening to your ego and making as little sense as the brother whose errors you perceive. This cannot be correction, yet it is more than merely a lack of correction for him. It is the giving up of correction in yourself. Paragraph 5, when a brother behaves insanely, you can heal him only by perceiving the sanity in him. If you perceive his errors and accept them, you are accepting yours. If you want to give yours over to the Holy Spirit, you must do this with his. Unless this becomes the one way in which you handle all errors, you cannot understand how all errors are undone. How is this different from telling you that what you teach, you learn? Your brother is as right as you are, and if you think he is wrong, you are condemning yourself. Paragraph 6, you cannot correct yourself. Is it possible then for you to correct another? Yet you can see him truly because it is possible for you to see yourself truly. It is not up to you to change your brother, but merely to accept him as he is. But very key idea. It is not up to you to change your brother, but merely to accept him as he is. Can we do that? His errors do not come from the truth that is in him, and only this truth is yours. His errors cannot change this, and can have no effect at all on the truth in you. To perceive errors in anyone and to react to them as if they were real is to make them real to you. You will not escape paying the price for this, not because you're being punished for it, but because you're following the wrong guide and will therefore lose your way. 7. Your brother's errors are not of him any more than yours are of you. Accept his errors as real, and you have attacked yourself. If you would find your way and keep it, see only truth beside you, for you walk together. The Holy Spirit in you forgives all things in you and in your brother. His errors are forgiven with yours. Atonement is no more separate than love. Atonement cannot be separate because it comes from love. Any attempt you make to correct a brother means that you believe correction by you is possible. And this can only be the arrogance of the ego. Let's look at that again. Any attempt you make to correct a brother means that you believe correction by you is possible. And this can only be the arrogance of the ego. Correction is of God, who does not know of arrogance. We need to learn to just appreciate our brothers for the truth in them and to overlook the same insane thoughts that are within us. Let them go. Let God do the correcting, who does not know of arrogance. And the last paragraph, the Holy Spirit forgives everything because God created everything. Do not undertake his function or you will forget yours. The Holy Spirit does the forgiving. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Let it go. Do not undertake his function or you will forget yours. Accept only the function of healing in time, because that is what time is for. God gave you the function to create in eternity. You do not need to learn that, but you do need to learn to want it. For that all learning was made. This is the Holy Spirit's use of an ability that you do not need, but that you made. Give it to him. Your ability to learn, give that to the Holy Spirit. He'll teach you what needs taught. Don't try to decide what you need to learn on your own. Let him show you. He does it without making it more painful for you. You do not understand how to use it. So let's read it again. God gave you the function to create in eternity. You do not need to learn that, but you do need to learn to want it. For that, all learning was made. This is the Holy Spirit's use of an ability you do not need, but that you made. Give it to him. You do not understand how to use it. He will teach you how to see yourself without condemnation by learning how to look on everything without condemnation. Condemnation will then not be real to you, and all your errors will be forgiven. Wow, let's make condemnation not real to us. And we can do that with our lesson today. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Be sure to do your 2 10-minute practice periods today. And, go into that time wanting to see and, the happy confidence that vision is given to you because you've done your forgiveness. And that you're continuing to be non-judgmental, non-condemning. Yeah, let's make sure I get this right. Okay. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Today is a time of special celebration. Give thanks for mercy and the love of God. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Today is a time of special celebration. Give thanks for mercy and the love of God. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. And of the Quechua language of Peru, Anka K. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Anka K.